when you dealing with different hoods, what do you expect? Because it's the weekend, and I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm from Santana Blocc Crips, so it's gonna do what it do.
2 barrels. Look at the barrel. Look at the barrel. This is a madman's gun. A double barrel.
Yeah,
A madman's gun. A man that go kill with this is really mad. It will kill. This
you better watch out.
is a M1 carbine, 32 rounds. I can go tab Lewis Park with this. I can kill about 32 people if I hit them all.
Yes, indeed.
This is the same thing. I own 2 of these.
In the heart of Compton, stories linger like shadows on the pavement, whispered names, legends born from the streets, and mysteries that still haunt decades later. One of those names is Turtle, Kenneth Johnson, born July 23, 1958, a boy from Louisiana, raised in Texas, before fate brought him to California. But what began as a simple move in 1972 would place him in the center of a storm unlike anything he could imagine, a storm of gangs, a storm of power, and eventually a storm of death. When Turtle first arrived in Compton, he was just 14. The streets buzzed with new words, strange colors, and an energy he didn't understand. Crips, Bloods, Pyrus. These weren't names he grew up with in Texas. They were foreign, frightening, but magnetic. At Roosevelt Junior High, he watched as an entire group of students were chased home. He didn't understand why. The skating rink, the neighborhoods, even walking down the wrong block.
Oh, you got
Yeah, I'm in here, baby! Drop it like it's hot, baby!
Yeah. There you go, Watson. 10 it is. 9 win.
Black street gangs identify themselves by the colors they wear. The Pyrus wear red, the Crips wear blue. Blue jackets, blue trousers, blue laces in their shoes. Within both Crips and Pyrus, there are many smaller gangs like the Santana Blocc. Sometimes on a Sunday night, the Crips come together to claim the local skating rink as their patch.
How many gangs here tonight?
About 10.
Are they all friendly to your gang?
Yeah, I know them all, man. They real cool with us.
Oh, you got the old here?
Grape Street, yeah. Where my buddy right here from?
Oh, that's Pocket, Quarter Pocket Crip. Quarter Pocket Crip.
North side must be the old gang.
Everything was divided. One side asked, "You Pyru?" The other asked, "You Crip?" And Turtle was stuck in the middle, blind to the lines that could mean life or death. Despite being raised in a strict household with parents who owned a business and tried to steer him away, Turtle was drawn in. The streets had a pull. The more his family resisted by pulling him off corners and trying to keep him busy, the deeper he sank.
How I started, I had just moved to California, and I was going to Roosevelt Junior High School, and a lot of bloods used to come up to the school and run them everybody home. You know, and I used to wonder, you know, what's happening? What they running everybody home for? Well, it's skating rain, partner. So, you know, I used to wonder what they running for. What's Crip? What's Pyru? So I go home. My buddies used to, you know, ask me what I'm doing coming from that way. You a Pyru? I say, no, man. And I get stopped on the other side of the street. They ask me if I'm a Crip. And I say, no, I don't know what you're talking about. So I was in the, you know, in the blind. I didn't know what was what. Till a couple of guys told me, you know, Pyru's over there, you know, Crips over here, you know. So I say, is that right? What's that? They say a gang, a street gang. You know, so me and my little brother, we didn't know, you know, we didn't know nothing. You know, we knew. So after a while, you know, we got to going along, you know, getting used to it. You know, so we started being in the street gang too. Crips. Crip. You know, I started doing what the Crip was.
How does a guy get respect within the gang?
Well, it's like this. When I didn't have no big brothers, and you know, like I used to have a fight in school, and I used to have to run home because they go get their big brother on me. So I started saying, you know, fuck that. I can't be running home. You know, because I get ran home, my mama make me fight. Because if I lose that fight, that means she gonna whoop my ass. So I had to win. That way, I wouldn't get two ass whoopings. Because if I get beat up, my mama gonna whoop my ass for losing the fight. So I started, you know, acting crazy, you know.
By 14, Turtle was no longer an outsider. He was official. And with that came a dangerous reality. Shootouts, mistaken identities, Molotov cocktails hurled at his home. Compton in the mid-70s was boiling. Rivalries erupted. Leaders emerged. Names like Mac Thomas, Duck, and Kim Bullet Tate. They were architects of a new era of gangs. And when Bullet unified his people into the Santana Blocc Crips, Turtle found himself rising in the ranks. By 20, tragedy struck. Leaders were dead. Bullet gone. Mac Thomas gone. Santana needed someone to carry the torch. And Turtle, young but sharp, militant yet charismatic, stepped forward. He wasn't reckless. He didn't get high. He didn't smoke. He thought strategically. And soon, his name began to echo across Compton.
Most gangs don't have a particular leader, but they have a group of guys who are considered more or less their leadership. The fellow that you just mentioned is a very active gang member. He lives and eats gang banging. He's been arrested over 20 times since he's been an adult, and I think that's only been the last 2 or 3 years, and has an equal record prior when he's a juvenile.
Ready to run, light load by one.
I don't call myself a leader. I don't like nobody saying I got boys, because I don't like that. You know, but somebody have to do the thinking, you know. And I'm the only one around, don't get high, don't smoke dope or nothing, so I figure I can do the thinking.
Light. Somebody in there ready to drive now? Friend still here?
Yeah.
All right.
But in the streets, every rise has a price. Enemies circled. Gunfire followed him. Turtle would be shot 6 times and survive. But his resolve only hardened. If they shoot at us, he said, we'll shoot back. If they bring war to our homes, we'll bring it back to theirs. The boy from Texas was gone. In his place was a street general.
9mm.
Tell them what's a tray 8. Make them 8.
38 revolver. It really hurts. I had 6 of them in me. It hurts real bad.
Real bad.
That's why right now I issue it out.
My Lord.
Instead of receiving, I ships it.
Why do you need the weapons?
Because guys don't fight anymore.
They don't use the
We
fist.
used to fight,
we use the,
but they don't do that anymore.
guns.
All about shooting, taking them out.
Taking them off the game.
And have you ever had to use them?
A lot of times.
Many.
When another gang came,
When they come to the home front,
Minor.
that's when we use them.
Yes.
And when they come shoot us, we go back and shoot them.
Hey, look. Hey, man. Cut to the bruises.
Battle scars.
Battle scars, man. Shot. I got stabbed, shot, and all that other.
As the 1980s arrived, Compton faced a new epidemic. Drugs, cocaine, and crack tore through the neighborhoods like wildfire.
There is growing evidence that the nation's crack cocaine epidemic is taking a new and dangerous turn. Some of those violent street gangs from Los Angeles are now trafficking in drugs in cities far from their own turf. We have a report tonight from Bob McNamara.
The cuffs, the cops, the guns, the plan an all too familiar one. It's another night, another crack raid. But this is not New York, Los Angeles, or Detroit. This is Oklahoma City.
Crawl! Get down on your hands!
Today, crack cocaine use here is an epidemic, up 200% in the last year.
Every time we think the situation is as bad as it can be, we're wrong. It can get a hell of a lot worse, and that's what's happening. I don't think we have a lot of time.
As many as 10 times a week now, and again this morning, Oklahoma City police raid crack houses. Even during the searches, buyers appearing at the door.
Come on in. Come on in.
Please, freeze! Don't even think about it.
It seems like you take off one of these people, and there's two to take their place. You're talking probably 200 plus crack houses, plus in the neighborhood of 3,000 dealers.
But Oklahoma City's not alone with the crack nightmare. The FBI now saying that Los Angeles gangs have franchised crack operations in more than 25 cities. Towns as unlikely as Omaha, Kansas City, Denver, even York, Pennsylvania, bedrock middle America. It's a matter of economics.
A rock of crack cocaine is $25 in Oklahoma City. In LA, you can probably buy the same rock for $5 or $10.
And yet, no matter how much is seized, no matter how many are prosecuted, the demand is very high and the supply seems to be endless.
Not just stealing guns, TVs, and jewelry to feed their habits, Oklahoma junkies swap meat and food stamps too.
I'd stay high, I'd say 11 hours a day, 11, 12 hours a day, and then I'd get burnt out on it and go to bed and wake up and do some more.
Unfortunately, we are not winning the war on drugs. I can say we will win that war.
In a Bible Belt city where oil riches flow to the state capitol steps, the crack epidemic has brought a gusher of grief. Police not worried about a drug explosion this summer. They're too busy trying to make it through the night.
And money flowed with it. Turtle, disciplined, business-minded, he capitalized. He bought homes. He rented them out. He paid off police. He made himself untouchable, at least for a time. But with wealth came attention. With attention came danger. He stood out with cars, flashy, unique, cruising with the majestic car club. He gave back to his neighborhood, helped his family, never left Compton even when he could. To some, he was a hero. To others, a target. Rumors spread of corrupt officers taking his money, rivals plotting against him, and enemies watching his every move. Turtle wasn't just a gang figure anymore. He became a symbol, and symbols rarely die quietly. February 28th, 1989, Linwood, California. Turtle's story ended in gunfire, shot down, whether by rivals or by the very police he once paid off. His death shook Compton to its core. Theories swirled immediately. Some swore it was another gang. Others whispered it was law enforcement cleaning up their own mess. The truth, buried, hidden, and still debated more than 30 years later. His funeral looked less like mourning and more like a parade. Streets were blocked off. Lowriders lined up. Crowds filled the city. Even enemies, the very Pyrus he once fought against, came to pay respect. It wasn't just a funeral. It was the passing of a legend. Kenneth Turtle Johnson lived only 30 years, but his life still echoes across Compton. To some, he was a visionary, business-minded, respected, a leader who gave back. To others, he was dangerous, a gang general whose choices left scars that never healed. The truth, like so much in the streets, lies somewhere in the shadows. What we know for sure is that Turtle's name still rings. His story still circulates, and his death, mysterious, controversial, unsolved, still leaves us asking questions. In the world of legends, some stories fade, but Turtle's, it refuses to die. Alright y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's the story of Kenneth Johnson, aka OG Turtle from Santana Blocc Crips. Hey man, get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we out here trapping and drilling 247. And don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!